Hey guys, Lee here, looking at my Pauper build for Mono Black Control. This is just my build. You guys can take it and do what you want with it, but enjoy. Drainpipe Vermin's a 1/1 for 1. It's not great, but it lets you discard your opponent's hand for one, or a card in your opponent's hand for 1 black mana. I run 3. Next up is Ravenous Rats. It uses that mana earlier in the casting cost. It's still a 1/1 for 2, which isn't great, but it discards a card in your opponent's hand, which is pretty good. Next up is Phyrexian Rager. I run 3, and it lets you draw a card, which is an absolute beast of a card in this format, especially at common. I would consider getting a playset right away. Liliana's Spectre has 2 black in its mana cost, meaning it helps with your devotion to black. It's a 2/1 flyer, which means it can come in and it discards a card from your opponent's hand. Chittering Rats also helps your devotion, and it forces your opponent not only to not have a card in their hand this turn, but have to draw it next turn, which is really good. Okiba Gang Shinobi, it uses ninjutsu, and it really helps you get ahead in your hand. The fact that it swings in for 3 is also a nice little bonus. Next we have Gary, or Grey Merchant of Asphodel. He deals damage, or he drains, equal to your devotion to black, which is really strong in this deck. So I run 3, you might want 4. Next is Sign in Blood. Pay 2 life, pay 2 black, draw 2 cards. I only run 2, just because with the Phyrexian Ragers I don't need more card draw. Next up is Geth's Verdict. Target player sacrifices a creature and loses 1 life. You don't get to choose your target, but it's 2 mana and they lose a life, which means this card's pretty sweet. Next on my list is Distress. I run it over Duress because it can target creatures, even for the extra black mana, which is fine with me, because I want to remove their creatures early. So next on the list, we have Tendrils of Corruption. Now this is a weird card. It only targets creatures, which is where your removal comes from, but it gains you a lot of life, which is what you want. Last on the list, we have Corrupt. I run 2 in the main board and 2 in the sideboard, depending on how I feel about my grindy matchups. But it really helps. I also run 23 Swamps, and that's my build. So thanks, I'll see you guys next time.